Hello everyone, welcome back to my studying. My channel that is about books, sci-fi and fantasy and genre fiction books. But recently there's been an absolute slew of adaptations of big screen and small screen adaptations. So in light of that, I got surprised by a Brave New World trailer, which I'm going into blind yet again. But before we go into the trailer, let us just set the expectations, right? A small primer for the book. This is a canonized work of science fiction. It's on the level of 1984 and George Orwell. And personally, I feel a bit differently. I think that Yevgeny Zamyatin's We novel should be the example, the quintessential first dystopian novel, and it came out a few years ago before that. But I cannot deny the work and impact Aldous Huxley did with his writing. So a small and quick primer on the novel. So we have a world where children are raised by the state, and no familiar words are allowed. Things like mother or father, people are conditioned, and the negative emotions are also frowned upon. You cannot show any kind of distaste or angst on your face. And the sort of prescient thing about the novel, seeing how it's more than 80 years old now, it displays this rampant obscene amount of capitalism, and it's almost like Great Gatsby in that way. So but not apparently that's the world we're in. Not to spoil anything, but there is a hedonistic aspect to the novel. Things like casual sexual relationships are not only not frowned upon, they are actively encouraged. Then the population is constantly bombarded with entertainment, and there are also really dated aspects to the story. Things like the absolute worship of John Ford. Apparently in the novel, he's like this amazing figure that is untouchable and became this, I don't know, almost who could be a good example. Like Bill Gates, like Bill Gates of our world. So it misses a few beats, I would say, but it is an important novel, and I'll have some more comments on it. But for now, let us start the trailer, shall we? Everyone just pops in to stay happy and euphoric.
Everyone has a place to hunger and violence. There's no pain there, John.
Hold on.
Hunger and violence.
Okay, yeah, this is sort of the other side of life.
There's no pain there, John. Everyone fits. I've always wanted that for you. This is your home now. You just need to embrace this place and let it be.
What is the character's name? He played Han Solo. He's not bad. I just didn't buy him as Han Solo, but I think he's a decent actor. Okay, this scene is straight out of Clockwork Orange when they're sitting here. The set design is like in Korova Milk Bar almost. The vaguely 60s aesthetic, I think the vaguely 60s Art Deco almost, but it's like a blend of Art Deco and modern sci-fi that has this specific sheen, like an Apple store. I think that might work for the adaptation.
Everyone belongs to everyone else. We're never alone here. Everyone's connected.
You know, I've been watching you people, but this place is so perfect. Why is it upside down? There's a disruption.
I just can't seem to get back to myself.
The virus enters a cell, turning the body against itself. We need to stop this before this goes too far. We're at the beginning.
The music is a bit over the top. Granted, this is a trailer, but I think they should have went entirely with the catchy chamber pop tune at the beginning. That was more fitting than this boom.
Something necessary.
Very symbolic. Small crack turns into a bigger one.
Something necessary.
Oh yes, and everyone is in white, but he is in black. Yes, he is different. Demi Moore. Oh yeah, I didn't recognize her. Oh, that's good news. I haven't seen her in anything in so long. But yeah, Eldon Ehrenreich. Yeah, he's a decent choice. I think the two main characters from the novel, I think they're sufficiently blank state that you can do a lot of choices with them. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. The message of Brave New World serves its purpose. I think the characters serve the message rather the other way around. I don't think it's a character-focused story, and it doesn't have to be.
If you're not happy, you're nothing at all.
That's clunky. If you're not happy, you're not happy at all. That's almost like, well, that's life. Yeah, sure. That's empty statement. So here we have Brave New World streaming. Okay. Yeah, well, what would I add? Well, firstly, like I said, there are a lot of choices they can make. They can make a lot of choices. My I guess thoughts on it are, I wish they would lean into the Stanley Kubrick side that they've shown at the beginning of the trailer. I don't think this should be this heavy, dramatic, character-focused or character study story. But then again, this is a dystopian novel and the dystopian adaptation. So in this case, I think they can lean into satire and the obscene wealth and hedonism. They can, if they can do a blend of Great Gatsby and something like Clockwork Orange, they might have a winner. Granted, Clockwork Orange is somewhat character focused, but not to the extent that it's not a dystopian film. Or they can do the complete opposite. I think a pretty great sort of example they could lead is the book and the movie of Never Let Me Go. Never Let Me Go is a dystopian novel by Kazuro Ishiguro, who is a British author and British-Japanese author, and the movie that we received a few years ago It might have been like what, 6 or 7 years ago. It wasn't that bad actually, and the difference being that that is a dystopian novel, but that one is more concerned with characters, the frame of mind of being trapped and feeling different. It is a bit leaning into maybe young adult, but not in a bad way. It's almost like a I wouldn't say a character study, but more like a setting study. But I don't want to ramble anymore. What did you think? Do you think it should go more into the more literary Never Let Me Go style, or should it just lean into, well, that's a naughty microphone, stay put, or should it lean into the Stanley Kubrick side of thing and go with the over the topness? Because I think they should do the latter. The worst thing they could possibly do is if they stop in between. Then it will just turn out to be bland and not interesting, to me at least, and maybe to you. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.